It's so easy to be an unproductive person, and I feel guilty whenever I realize I spent a day doing nothing. So to borrow a quote from an article I read, do what you want to do and get the rest done. This is my journey of finding the key to productivity. It was early November when I decided I needed a lifestyle makeover. I was procrastinating, doing my homework at the very last minute, not exercising enough, and I was just not happy about my unhealthy habits, although I was aware of them. And I kept telling myself the same thing over and over. I'll start being productive tomorrow. But that tomorrow never came. So the first thing I tried was making a list of things I do. The way I usually manage my time is by making lists and setting goals. And I try to accomplish things because I find ticking the box or crossing out tasks satisfying. But a pattern I noticed was that I tend to push things to the very last minute. For instance, if I have a task on my to-do list that I am not too excited about, I procrastinate. If I make a list of weekly chores, I tend to wait until the very last day of the week before I actually start doing it. So with my list, I may have been getting things done, but I never gave myself to actually do things.
You see, the thing I realized is that making lists, setting the timer, whatever the internet tells you to do to be more productive, it's not going to change you unless you change your mindset and have a clear motive. It's the way that you think, your perspective, that can change your behavior.
I used to be a very goal-oriented person. Crossing out tasks from to-do list was so important that sometimes even things I loved doing became tasks I felt pressured to do. But that was all in my head. And things started changing when I learned about the flow state. The flow state is defined as an optimal state of consciousness where we feel our best and perform our best. It's being completely involved in an activity for its own sake. The ego falls away, time flies, every action, movement, and thought follows inevitably from the previous one, like playing jazz. Your whole being is involved and you're using your skills to the utmost. Whoa, I know, I didn't get it the first time either. Thing is, you probably have experienced this with your life before, you just didn't know that there was a name for it. Based on my experience, I enter a flow state when I let myself engage in an activity and gain momentum. I don't know time is passing, I don't feel hungry or tired, I just do it.
And now it all makes sense to me. The one thing that inhibits me from doing things, the thing that leads me to procrastination, is the fear of the thought of starting.
Once I stop waiting until I run out of clean towels and actually get my laundry done, once I stop watching YouTube videos calling it research and start doing my homework, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I know not everyone can agree with me on this, but thinking that you have to work is much worse than the work itself. Because once you start the actual work and you let yourself be in the flow state, you don't think about how much you thought you would hate doing it, you just do it. So I started taking baby steps to build my new lifestyle. I still make lists of things I need to do and get done because it does help me remember things I need to do. And then without question, I start and see how things go. When I get back to my room, before I turn on YouTube and let myself procrastinate, I start writing one line of my paper that's due. Sometimes I lie to myself that I'm too tired to study or work, but once I start at least opening my laptop to get things started, I know if I'm really tired or not. If I find myself falling asleep, I probably need rest and it's better to schedule another time. But if I just see myself gravitating towards browsing through Netflix shows that I know that I wouldn't even enjoy watching, it's just mere procrastination. And I know it would feel much better if I at least try to get started on doing things. My mom used to tell me, 시작이 반이다. In English, that would be well begun is half done, and I fully believe in this quote. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weekly videos. And yes, I said weekly. Comment #stop procrastinating if you made it this far into the video and I will give you all my love.